devastating effect it had on the wizard milling industry.
Yeah.
Actually, we do know the number. 632. But history occurs outside the classroom. And look, it's time for my constitutional. One can practically osmose the history flowing through Hogwarts.
I think the professor wants us to follow him.
And now for a stroll to the bell tower entrance hall.
If you fail history
Along with
of
the
magic,
rest of the
you're
castle,
doomed to
it was
repeat it.
completed in the late early
Class
Middle
Legacy.
Ages. The hall and the bell towers that loom above it contain myriad interesting artifacts. Good to see you again. Recovered from that nasty bout of dragon pox, have we?
That wasn't me, Professor. I'm new here.
Are you? Well then, welcome. No doubt you're eagerly anticipating my analysis of various wizarding councils, codes, statutes, and of course, goblin rebellions. Not all goblins are rebellious. Some venture into wizarding politics, such as Eargit the Ugly. Some are talented artisans, such as Bragbor the Boastful.
Did you say Bragbor? I know that name. Lodgok said he was an ancestor of Ranrock.
Well known for his metalwork. I would imagine much of his goblin-wrought iron and silver has survived to this very day. Where were we? Oh yes. Back to our class topic for today. Grimbold Weft. Another notable historical figure. He's right nearby. Curious students can find him on display here in the bell tower entrance hall. I recommend that all students introduce themselves to this hero of Hogwarts. Grimbold West was responsible for some of the most important work done in the Goblin Rebellion of 1752, such as sewing buttons on witches and wizards' coats. Without his quick hand and deft needlework, countless witches and wizards may have caught cold during the late spring of that year.
Abandoning class to wander the halls is in keeping with Professor Binns's manner of teaching.
For knowledge, would do well to seek him out.
Can you tell me where I might find Grimbold Weft?
Oh yes, Grimbold Weft. Quick with a needle and thread, that one. He's a fascinating artifact of the Goblin Rebellion of 1752. At any rate, he can be found nearby, perched in his case.
Revelio.
Leave it to Binns to make the most interesting school in the world seem dull.
What I wouldn't give to be back on a broom right now.
Revelio.
Wagadu's history is, well, a bit different than that of Hogwarts, to say the least.
This got famed Taylor Graball was called named repaired colors, which is called during the government somebody did this, earning them protection all during battle.
Oh yes, I see you found Grimbold Weft.
Why didn't you tell us it was just his skull?
Well, of course he's just a skull. Everyone knows Grimbold Weft died of dragonpox in 1753. Now, let's turn our attention to the agreeability and general good nature of Sir Athbuttle. He's also nearby. See what you can learn from him for your next assignment. Standing in eternal but symbolic watch over the bell tower is a retinue of loyal knights, or rather, statues of knights, I should clarify. Keen-eyed students will spot the statue of Sir Athbuttle of the cheerful countenance nestled among the ranks. His fame was not won by vanquishing foes in single combat, nor by slaying bloodthirsty dragons, but rather in training yards and sculleries, where his warm and approachable demeanor was celebrated by old friends and newcomers alike. I encourage everyone to make the waving statue's acquaintance.
Revelio.
The Hogwarts founders could never have achieved such architectural majesty without the aid of powerful magic.
Sir Athbuttle. His statue must affect them.
Revelio.
Hogwarts is impervious to the inexorable march of time. Perhaps that is why I admire it so. There's nothing quite so magical as history. Dusty, immutable history. In all the centuries that Hogwarts has existed, not once has it collapsed. The Hogwarts founders could never have achieved such architectural majesty without the aid of powerful magic. As one would expect, Hogwarts contains no narthexes, since obviously those would not be found in castles.
Revelio. 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 Where can I I find that friendly knight you mentioned earlier?
Oh yes, Sir Afpuddle, or rather the statue of Sir Afpuddle. It can be found amongst the other statues of knights. It's easy to identify, as it's been enchanted to wave at those who take the time to seek it out.
Revelio. Revelio. Revelio.
This side of armor belongs. This side of armor belongs to Sir Apple. Shabbat comes to Dennis. A legendary friendliness is present in every battle before his thought. By virtue of his ammo, negation that some appearances to novel opponent cherry chart cast upon himself.
Professor Binns, I found the statue of Sir Afpuddle.
Ah, well done. Alas, Sir Afpuddle's affability was his undoing. Died instantly trying to befriend a basilisk. Eye contact is not always to be encouraged. So beloved was he that even some goblins mourned his passing. Of course, that did not bode well with the rest of the goblins, most of whom could not abide mourning the loss of a wizard.
Goblins and wizard kind will never trust each other.
Yes, well, it takes a cauldron to raise a chisperful, as they say. History does tend to repeat. It is a series of patterns, a thought both comforting and disconcerting. The wise student, such as yourself, will learn from it. History is written by those who do their schoolwork, so they say. Or at least, I like to say that.
How can we do so much and accomplish so little?
I do hope it's not becoming fashionable to wear one's night clothes in public.